Okay, I think I got it. It's a bit hard starting. It's a little bit slow on startup, but it does seem to kick off and go and come up to full speed. As you saw from the meter there, we were with a load, we're about 120-ish volts. It's kind of a fine line on this. It's having it just right speed or having it over speed. Since it's not necessarily controlled electronically, it's all controlled via the governor. So we'll fire it back up. I may or may not do it on camera at the end of the video, but I think we're good. The battery seems to be good and healthy. It seems to fire this up without any issues. I do have a battery hold down. I'm going to put that in place as well so I don't forget. And I think we're going to be done with this generator. Like I said, it's going to go to auction right around a month from now. It is February 10th, I believe, today, 2025, just to give you an idea of when this video is when this video is being made, at least. So anyways, that's pretty much it. This will probably be the second last video of this machine, maybe third last. I am going to make up a panel for this side over here, hopefully this weekend. Get that made up. I gotta get some of that stuff in there tied in. I got to disconnect the power going to that control box. It no longer needs power, so as long as it doesn't affect anything on the main controller, which it shouldn't, I'm just going to disconnect all power going to that. But I'll leave everything in there just in case if somebody has a parts machine that ends up buying this and they want to put it back to factory with the ignition and everything else, because the generator and the engine are fine on this. It's just some of the electronics are not. So to start it, push this all the way to the right. We are off on the circuit breaker, so we're not going to start under load. Let's see what it does. This is what I mean. It kind of starts a bit slow, but it does come up to speed. So and we got load. Come up a bit faster. There we go. So yeah, it definitely could run a bit faster. I don't really want to do anything else to it. I'd rather have somebody who's going to take this after me do any other adjustments that it may need. But as you saw, it does eventually come up to speed. It just does take a second. Before, it was revving out really, really high, and it's kind of a fine line between revving too high and revving just right on these machines. So you don't want it too high, you don't want it too low. So what I might end up doing is letting it sit 24 hours and then start it back up and see what happens, or maybe even a bit longer, and just make sure everything is holding position. I did tighten the adjuster down really tight in there, so it should be good. I'm not overly worried about that backing off now. And with the new throttle body, it did have to be adjusted. Yes, it started up the first try, but it was definitely out of adjustment. So anyways, that's pretty much it for this for right now. Like I said, a couple small things left to do. Push button start, side panel. But I think we are ready to get this finished up. Over there by the deck, I got some tin, which I'll cut to size. I'll drill a hole either right here or right here for the push button start. I think this would get into the cooling passages through the generator, so right here would be the best spot. I can go straight from the battery to the push button start, and then follow the wiring harness around the engine to the starter motor. So I'd rather run it straight from the battery instead of from the starter, and you have to bring it back and forth. It's easier to go straight from the battery, I think, in this situation. So I will talk to him later. Please keep it redneck like always, and please subscribe and comment.